What's happening, everybody? Appreciate you guys checking in, man. Hitting you guys on a Tuesday. A little bit of a Tuesday live. I typically don't go live on Tuesdays. Sometimes I'll hit you guys before home games when I reach out there and go to the tailgate. And sometimes, man, if some news pops up and I'm not in the Raider War Room with my guys, I jump on here and try to hit you guys up with one. But, man, I appreciate you guys checking in with me. I'm going to let the chat kind of start rolling, get everybody in here. But, look, not only was it Victory Monday yesterday, but it's I'm gonna put the comment up. It's Victory Giveaway. It's Victory Giveaway Tuesday. And as promised, I went live last Friday, man. I sat there and went, look, if we can pull a win against the Titans, then we're going to ride that wave throughout the rest of the week, and I was going to drop a giveaway. Again, I had a planned giveaway when I hit 5,500 subscribers. But sometimes I'll hit you guys with a little bit of a surprise giveaway. I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's make it happen. Let's have some fun. If we can beat the Titans, if we pull off a win, let's ride that victory out throughout the week, and let's do a goddamn giveaway. So I'm going to announce the giveaway, but this is how it's going to go down. I'm going to share my screen. All you have to do is basically just comment. That's all you got to do. If you comment, then I know you're a subscriber. But I do a sub-only chat. Actually, hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure I am actually good. Let me make sure I'm good. I know I'm live on the channel. Let me go ahead and switch something up real quick. Bear with me. And then let me do this because I want everybody to know, basically, when this goes down at the very end of this live, I'm basically going to do it's going to be a random poll. It's going to be a random poll of the winner. And again, as long as you just put a comment in the chat, then you're automatically entered into the giveaway, and then it'll basically randomly select it right at the end of the giveaway. So let me kind of share my screen real quick, and I kind of show you what's going down. So basically, this is what it is. All right. Let me take that comment down right quick. So it's kind of collecting all the entries right now. And as soon as at the end of this live, we're going to go over a bunch of topics. As soon as the live kind of reaches the end, I'm going to hit that basically draw button. And anybody that has put a comment in the comment section, it's going to draw a winner. All right. So it's my first time using it. So we'll see just kind of how it rolls. But let me kind of go back up to the comment section. Yeah, as long as you guys put a comment in here, bang, you're automatically entered in. I'll hit the draw button. It'll pull a winner, and then you'll be the winner, and I'll give you the instructions on how to redeem that giveaway when it pulls that winner. So I appreciate everybody rocking. But what we're going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and go back up to the big screen. What we're going to do today is the topic that we weren't really able to touch on Sunday night as well as yesterday is really the winners and losers of that last game. Obviously, defense showed up to play, so we're going to talk about winners and losers on the defensive side. We're also going to talk winners and losers on the offensive side. And at the very end, we might talk about some trade candidates because, look, I think this is a must-win going against the Chiefs. But, look, if we don't win, I think there's going to be some trade talks going on, and we're going to talk about some trade candidates. And I think there's a player on this team that could really warrant, outside of the main name, right? Obviously, you got Jacoby Myers sitting out there, but I think there's another name that can warrant some movement, but it just depends on just how much we start to show him and showcase him and use him in this offense. But again, to me, I feel like it potentially can be a trade candidate. So we're going to talk about winners, losers, offensively and defensively as it relates to that game on Sunday. And again, we might chop it up a little bit towards the tail end, but we are going to break it down with a giveaway. So again, just to kind of celebrate the win, you can have a good time. As long as you put a comment in the chat, you're automatically entered at the very end of this. We're going to go ahead and hit that draw button, just kind of see who wins. Again, it'll be my 11th giveaway since starting this channel. And it's just my way of showing my appreciation to everybody that rocks with me. So LS, man, first one in the building, man. I appreciate you popping in with me. I appreciate you being a member as well. What up, Jason? What's going on, man? Isaiah in the building, a member as well. Appreciate you. Yaya. What is happening, man? Kevin Lurker, what is good, man? Better film? I've only gone through the first half. And there's definitely some things that I'm going to point out, and we're going to talk about that obviously tomorrow. But when we talk about the winners and the losers of Sunday's game. I'm going to dive a little bit into what you could expect out of the game film tomorrow. So, but Kevin Lurker, man, I appreciate you being a member. Herman, what's going on? A member as well. Appreciate you. Myra, in the building. What's going on? Kermit Mahomes already cashed out the refs for no flag Sunday. Man, I'm telling you, no flags for the Kansas City Chiefs in that game is wild, without question. So, we'll kind of see how it plays out. But we always know not only is it going to be at Arrowhead, so it's already an away game. Things are going to be not in our favor, but we always know the refs aren't in our favor as well. Myra, appreciate you rocking. So far, 9 people entered in to the giveaway at the end of the live, so we appreciate you. Robert Pena, what is happening, man? Just stopping by to the show. Some love going to a concert right now. Hey, man. Hey, but just by you commenting, you're entered into the giveaway, man. So I appreciate you popping in. But at the end of this, we're definitely going to hit that draw button. And once I hit that draw button, check back in if you are the winner at the end of this live, and I'll give you the instructions on how to redeem that giveaways. So appreciate you. Hey, man, shout out. You're saying it's your grandson's concert. Hey, good luck to him, man. I hope everything works out. Let's see. Isaiah. I still can't believe they called that TD back on the Lions, man. Hey, actually, I didn't see it. We were going live during the whole game, and I wasn't able to check. I checked in and out on that game, but actually, I didn't see it, man. What up, Dre? What's going on, man? Hey, I need to win something this year. Man, I'm hoping the best for everybody. Everybody that kind of gets up in here, again, as long as you just put a comment in here, you're automatically entered into it. And at the very end of this, we're going to rock this thing out. Let's see. MGs, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you popping in here as well. Okay, let's kind of get into it. We'll let everybody else kind of roll through into the chat, but we're going to talk winners and losers of the Sunday game. We're going to start out. We're going to start out with, let me know, guys, who are your defensive losers? And then we're going to go to the winners, but who are your defensive losers on Sunday? Let me know. Throw it in the chat. I'm going to kind of break this thing down. I'm going to let you know who my losers are on the defensive side. And here's the thing. I'm going to start out with this first guy. And the reason why I think that he is basically coming out as basically a loser in this game was because I expected him to kind of have a breakout game. I talked about it Sunday morning before the game. The Titans were shuffling up this offensive line. Both their tackles were either playing out of position. Again, they had J.C. Latham playing left tackle. Then he had to flop over to right tackle because their true left tackle that was banged up for a couple of weeks, it was his first game back. So I expected our edge rushers to have a good game. I expected them to have basically Max to have a good game, but I expected Malcolm Koonce to kind of have a breakout game. The tough part is if you go back and you look at the game film, Malcolm Koonce was kind of rotating in. It was, and I think it was because of the personnel and the formations that the Titans were running. Right, they ran a bunch of double tight end sets, a bunch of heavy sets, unbalanced line. And the thing is, when you see that, they either replaced Malcolm Koonce with an extra interior defensive tackle, or Charles Snowden came in, and you saw him basically start on Sunday. And so, at the end of the day, I think Malcolm Koonce became basically a rotational guy. But in my opinion, I think Malcolm Koonce had to have a breakout game and just kind of showcase what he can do and what he can bring to this team. We've seen flashes. I showed flashes when we break down that game film. We showed flashes against the Commanders, basically getting very close to a sack, doing an extremely good job of just kind of getting involved in that run support. But, man, he just did not show too much on Sunday, and I figured this was going to be the game that he could really start to pop out. You're 5 games in. We're 6 games in. You're 6 games in. That's kind of when you want to see just kind of that flash. And so, look, at the end of the day, I think Malcolm Koonce kind of was a loser because that was a perfect setup for him to be able to kind of have that breakout game for the 2025 season, and we just didn't see it. And he's going to go up against a good Kansas City Chiefs offensive line. Not only are we going to battle an offensive line that is starting to kind of wake up a little bit, we're also battling the refs as well. And so that offensive line is probably going to get away with a shit ton of holding all Sunday long. So I wanted him to basically have a breakout game and just really didn't see it, unfortunately. I got another loser. But I'm kind of seeing some of you guys rock out. Dre, you're saying Kai Blue Kelly. MGs, you're saying Kai Blue Kelly as well. Jason Down, man, a lot of Kai Blue Kellys. Um, let's see. Uh, let's see. MGs, you're saying Isaiah Paul fair enough. Hofi Raider, what's going on? Hofi Raider. Let me know if you're new. Hit that hashtag new one, man. If you don't know what's going on, I basically announced a giveaway. If we beat the Titans, I do a surprise giveaway, and right now we got 13 people entered into it. As long as you put a comment in the chat, you're automatically entered. At the end of this live, I'm gonna hit that draw button, and we'll see who's the winner of it. But appreciate you popping in. Isaiah, you're saying, yeah, Kuntz has been a no-show, unfortunately. Hopefully he can get it going. And again, sometimes it takes a little bit, right? If you remember, Isaiah, you rock with us a lot. We talked about Colton Miller. And Colton Miller took damn near about 8 weeks to kind of get up and running. And look, it takes a while. And the thing is Colton Miller was a shoulder injury. This was a lower leg injury, right? This was an injury to his lower half. So for Malcolm Kuntz, and so it might take him just a little bit longer. So maybe it's going to take until maybe that after that bye week for him to really start to pop off. But I just thought this was a really good opportunity for him based on just the makeup of that offensive line. And look, you break down that game film. I'm going to show you some examples tomorrow. That offensive line struggled. I thought we had the worst offensive line in the National Football League. That Titans offensive line and maybe that Houston offensive line, they might be the worst in the National Football League. But yeah, I was just hoping just the makeup of that game, he probably could have popped off, but unfortunately didn't see it. So I definitely have him as a loser. What up, Chewy? What's going on, brother? Appreciate you popping in. Appreciate you being, man, a member as well. I know shout out to Nabman. I think he gifted 5 memberships a couple lives ago, man. And some of you guys were able to jump on that opportunity, man. So I appreciate you. But guys, make sure you guys go hit up Chewy as well, man. He's always throwing out fire content. I think you just dropped a video, Chewy, of I think you do a full breakdown of all the games and just I think what you think the outcome is going to be for all 16, 17 games. I think it is. So shout out to you, brother. Dre, Kuntz won't break out until week 9. It might take that. They might take that. I was just hoping it was going to be today. Dre, body ain't where his head is. Yeah, we'll see. He definitely, when you look at the game film, he's still showing just some I'm not going to say laziness, just he's slow to kind of get off the line. His release, his get off at the snap is still pretty slow. So, maybe it's going to take until after that bye week for him to kind of get going. Alec M, what's going on, brother? I'm glad to see you in here, Mac. Alec, you always in here. I'm glad to see a lot of our regulars in here. Got 17 entries into the giveaway at the end of this live. So appreciate y'all. All of our corner spots could use an upgrade. You're not lying, man. As much as, and I'm going to get to the next one. The tough part, the more and more you kind of look at that game film, I think what's tough is you even kind of see towards the tail end of this game where Eric Stokes kind of gets that pass interference call. I think it was either in the end zone or just before the end zone. You just don't want to see those type of penalties, especially when the game is still within reaching distance a little bit for the Titans. And so for Eric Stokes to have that penalty call on him, man, you have to play mistake-free football, and we're just not seeing it. And yes, we have Kai Blue, and I'm going to get to my other loser as well. What up, Raider? LA Raiders. What up? What's going on, man? Appreciate you popping in with us. LKM, Kai Blue, been terrible. Herman, Kuntz not looking like the year before, or even the 2023 year, right? And you're right, man. Chewy, they should have done this against the Commanders and Chargers. Titans, I'm not impressed much with anything. No, I don't think anybody was impressed with the Titans, right? I think the Titans, without question, probably lost that game more than we wanted. You can agree or disagree. That was just kind of my feel from the game is I think the Titans did more to just lose that game than we did to actually win it. And you kind of take a look at, and I talk about him kind of in the winners, but even with Devin White, some of the big plays that Devin White had, he went unblocked on that sack. It was basically a gimme straight line sack to him. And then that interception, it was popped up by Jonah Laulu. It was popped up and dropped in his lap. And so I think that, and you look at Cam Miller patting the ball and the ball just dropping on the ground. The amount of times that the Titans just killed themselves was rough. And so you can have an argument that the Titans basically beat themselves more than we actually beat them. But then you look at the Commanders game. The hard part about the Commanders game is I think they just out-schemed us. When we broke down the game film, I think what was really tough was you looked at just how much we didn't adjust to their offensive formations and how they basically just, double and triple teamed at the point of attack with extra tight ends, bringing extra offensive line in. They just out schemed us that entire game. But we also have tendencies on the offense that we're just not fixing. And I'm going to showcase more of them in tomorrow's game film breakdown. But at the same time, I'm going to talk about it on my winners and losers when we talk about the offensive side of the ball. So, but man, I appreciate the comment, man. Alec M. Stone survived. The game was amazing. I think you're talking about Stone Forsythe, maybe. We're going to talk about him in just a little bit. Again, guys, let me know who your losers are on defense. And I'm going to talk about one more on my side. What up, Rosetown? What's going on, man? I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Sometimes that chat just gets flying, man, and sometimes I miss people if they don't get into the chat or I don't see them, but I appreciate you out rocking with me. Let's see. LA Raider. Bro, they did a lot against the Chargers. Lest you forget, Geno kept killing us, and we're going to talk about the losers on offense, and maybe that's kind of a precursor to that. What up, Nav, man? What's going on, brother? I appreciate good seeing you in here, man. I'm glad. Got 19 people so far in the giveaway at the very end of this. We're going to hit that draw button, and let's kind of see who that giveaway is. Rosetown, what do you you're saying 805, what do you think about the Curtis signing? I say plug him in ASAP. I'm going to do a little more research on Curtis. I saw that drop literally just about an hour ago, so I haven't been able to kind of just see just what he can bring to this 53-man roster. I know we just signed him to the practice squad. I'd be interested to see just, do we elevate him to the 53-man roster? Obviously, I believe we got to drop somebody off of this 53, and so are they kind of prepping for something? I don't know. I think they just brought him on because we ended up going and getting rid of the punter that we brought on the practice squad because there was question marks last week as to whether or not AJ Cole was going to be a go. And so you get rid of the punter, so you got to bring somebody on, and we have a lot of issues, not only in the cornerback room but also in the offensive line room. And yeah, we could use a guard, you know what I'm saying? But man, could we use a tackle? Could we use a left tackle? Could we bring somebody in? Obviously, we have Charles Grant, so we'll talk about him in just a little bit. But I want to do a little more research on him just to kind of see what he brings to the table. So I'll definitely tap in with you. Probably, maybe not this weekend. You know what? I'll try to slide in a live maybe Friday or Saturday and be able to give you my take on that. Or I might just drop a video on him after I do a little more research, man. All right, let's see. Dre, remember how long it took Carl Joseph to come back? And that was, I believe, a lower leg injury as well. So yeah, man, it does take a while, without question. Yeah. Would anyone take Tyree? He made some plays. Well, we're going to talk about Tyree. I promise. I promise. Scott, what's going on, man? At this point, we could have rolled with Minshew and AOC for cheap and address the draft differently. We could address the draft in so many different ways, but I agree with you. What up, Anu? What's going on, brother? How do I enter the giveaway? Hey, you're already entered. As long as you comment in this, so I'll share the screen again one more time. It's tallying right now. It's kind of small, but StreamYard has this giveaway tool. As long as you comment anything in the chat, you're automatically entered in the giveaway. So we got 21 entered so far. As long as you comment, you're automatically entered. At the end of this, I'm going to hit that draw button and bang, a winner will pop up. I actually posted a comment right in the beginning, so hopefully it doesn't choose me, but I'll just redraw and it'll pop somebody through. But as long as you just commented, and you did, you're already entered, brother. Now, man, we got to keep the pressure on with the defense. Highly impressed with Devin, Butler, and Max. We got to keep pressure if our DBs are going to fail. I'm with you. I definitely want to see more pressure. We're going to talk about maybe that KC game at the tail end if we got a little bit of time. But yes, man, I definitely want to see just kind of continued pressure. And we're going to be going against a better offensive line. So, man, that's going to play a role. Isaiah definitely won the Booker trade. I agree. Man, I'm going to tell you right now. It's we won. Maybe you can say we won it because we got a rotational guy and obviously Jacorian Bennett. I think he's still injured over there with the Eagles, so it's tough. But I'll tell you right now, Booker's not doing anything for us except for just a rotational piece. He's basically non-existent. He might have his one play a game where he forced a fumble in that Commanders game, 15 yards downfield. He might make a fumble recovery. I think he had a fumble recovery a couple of weeks ago, something like that. Or maybe it was a forced fumble, possibly. But outside that, he is so one-dimensional. He has zero pass rush. He does hustle. I'll give him that. He won't get moved off the line of scrimmage, so at least he's a body that will stalemate at the line of scrimmage, which is good. But outside that, man, he is non-existent. Jonah Laulu his play is so far above Thomas Booker right now. It's crazy, especially given what he did this past weekend and the flashes that he's shown basically going into last year. We broke down the game film of last year, just showing that, look, when the Christian Wilkins situation went down. Oh, let me go back up to the big screen. My bad. But the tool's reading it. We got 22 entered. Based on the flashes that we saw last year, when the Christian Wilkins stuff went down, I basically said, look, we went in, we broke down Jonah Laulu's game from last year. And I said, look, this is a guy that could be the next man up. I'm not saying he was going to be a stud or show what he did this past weekend, but the flashes were there that he could be that guy next to Adam Butler, and he's not going to hurt you, right? He's not going to a guy that's going to come in and just get blown out. And next thing you know, he's definitely a liability in the middle. He was going to be able to perform a little bit and be a stable piece in that interior. Man, he's flashing without question. And so that meant hell. I didn't say Booker because now I expect it from him. We're starting to get an identity that excites me. What up, Jeffrey? What's going on? Let's see. Joe, what's happening, man? With Mad Max getting double and tripled at times. Just wish our D-line can apply more pressure throughout the season. This will definitely help our shaky secondary. You're right, man. What up, Bears? Chris? What's going on, man? Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to go to my second one. And like everybody's been saying, my second loser, and guys, let me know. Let me kind of break this thing down. Let me know who your defensive losers are. I just talked about Malcolm Kuntz. I'm gonna skip over to Kai Blue Kelly, and I know a lot of you already said it. Look, I will say, Calvin Ridley had one catch for 18 yards, and if Calvin Ridley didn't go down, Kai Blue Kelly would have had a long day. Calvin Ridley, basically on just some of the routes, there was a couple passes he went on pass routes that the ball didn't go his way, but he was basically open. And then there was the 18-yarder that he caught, the deep dig across the middle. And then outside of that, they continued to pick on Kai Blue Kelly on just those corner routes on top of him. And now look, he's sitting basically in cover two, so it's not all on him, but they continued to just kind of go his way. And so the thing is when you're still getting eaten up a little bit by Ioman or Van Jefferson, basically guys that really shouldn't be a substantial receiver in the NFL at all, and they're still finding some success on top of you and in your area. Man, if Calvin really didn't get hurt, I think it would have been a long day for Kai Blue Kelly. And now, look, to be fair, he had a couple good tackles. He did help in run support a little bit here and there, so you got to give him that. But because we're seeing consecutive games of him just being exposed and him just not doing well in the pass in pass coverage, it's time. Let me know in the chat. Do you think it's time to kind of see Darian Porter? Darian Porter was our third-round draft pick. You want to see third-round draft picks start at some point in the season. You want to see them have an impact at some point in the season. They may not be a starter right away. That's fine. But you want a third-rounder to have somewhat of an impact. And I think it's time. I think it's time to kind of see Darian Porter, see what he can do. As long as Eric Stokes is healthy on the other side, let's play Darian Porter and really see what he can do. He's a third-rounder. Let's get this kid going. So let me know if you guys disagree or agree in the chat. Hit that hashtag Raiders if you can. We got 26 entered in, man. I appreciate everybody just commenting. If you just comment, you're automatically entered, and we're going to hit that drawing at the end. Chewy, hey, see, either you're going to do it or Jeff was going to do it. One of y'all going to come in with those ghost accounts. God damn it. Jamin Davis hopefully gets up to speed soon. We'll see. We'll just kind of see how everything rocks out. Our linebackers look decent so far, but we'll see. We'll see again. You don't want to put a whole lot of hope in practice squad guys or guys that just kind of been bouncing around. I know he's a former first round draft pick, so again, sometimes a new regime, new scenery, a change of scenery can help you out. So we'll kind of see how that works out. Let's see. Still wish we kept Jack Jones, man. I'm telling you, Phil, Chris, maybe since we're seeing all this kind of play out, yeah, it's tough, man. Maybe without question, the hard part is, man, Jack Jones is just so undisciplined. But man, what's really tough is, did we not hang on to him because he's not a Pete Carroll guy? He doesn't have the measurables, and I'm so sick and tired of just kind of hearing those measurable stuff. You either can play the position or not, and I just hate that that's kind of been what we've gone with Pete Carroll and stuff. But look, we'll just kind of see how it works out. Yeah, Rosetown JB, hurt again. What up, Ace App? What's going on, brother? Appreciate you popping in with us. Chewy, yes, he had that Raider attitude, but you know what? It's tough because he just was not very disciplined. He wasn't, and that's the hard part that I struggled with. But look, could he have helped at least with some competition in this cornerback room? Maybe. Raider Man 81, what's going on? We need to put 30 plus on the board to have a chance in KC. We'll see. We will see if that even works, man. That'll be tough. That will be tough. All right, let's see. I just want to make sure I'm saying what's up to as many as I can. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Oh, man, the real Mike Tomlin in the building. What's going on, man? Curtis was a UDFA for the Raiders in 23. Then signed off our practice squad by Pete in Seattle, 6'6", 330-pound O lineman. Yes, we kind of talked about it. I want to do my research on him before I can kind of give my take. But obviously we're having some struggles. But the thing is, where are the struggles coming from? Obviously, we know what Forsyth is, and there were struggles. But where are the struggles really coming from? I want to talk about that when I get to the offensive side. But we'll definitely talk about that, man. I definitely appreciate y'all popping up in here. LA Raiders, you're saying, yes, it's Porter's time. I think it makes sense. Without question. And so, Hoofy, man, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Hoofy Raiders, Blue not started. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not Joe Estrada. I would start him so the kid can start gaining some experience, honestly. Yeah, and the thing is, man, you're starting them. Division rival. Is that the time? We're at that point now, third rounder, week 7. I think we are, week 7. It's time to kind of rock out and make this thing happen. Rose Town, we're going to get to the offensive, man. Nah, man, I appreciate you. Handing out some more memberships, brother. I appreciate it without question, man. And I'm glad you're in here for the potential giveaway, man. I got 27 entries so far. But, man, I appreciate you. And, yes, I did drop some memberships. Again, it's just a way to support the channel. Once I kind of grow, I'm going to start to do some member-only lives, maybe some member-only giveaways, but it's not going to stop me from just doing my normal giveaways like I do. I'm going to have another giveaway at 5,500 subscribers, but I just wanted to do one to, man, rock this win and keep this win going throughout the week. Ready, Pete. Where's play Brock, must beat Kreese by any means. Okay. I want to play Brock if he's healthy. That's my biggest thing. Play him if he is healthy. Man, if he's still hurting, I understand it's a divisional game. It's basically a must-win in my book. Until we can string multiple wins together, everything is a must-win from here on out. If he's 100%, I definitely want to see him out there. But if he's not, we got the bye week coming up. Maybe you just make sure he's good for the rest of the season. Even though we lose to the Chiefs, man, it's going to be a rough ride. But I definitely want him to play if he's 110%. So, it's a real Mike Tomlin, man. You wild. All right, so let's see. Let's do this. Kind of talked about Kai Blue Kelly. I definitely think that he was a loser. Here's my thing is the other guy that you can kind of put out there, and because basically that lone touchdown was on Isaiah Pola-Mao, it's tough. There's a lot of talks. Not everything is Isaiah Pola-Mao's fault. Like last week, we pointed out where they threw that touchdown when Daniel Jones rolled out to his right. Look, it's really hard to be able to defend the goal line that when teams are inside the 10-yard line and you let the quarterback get out of the pocket. And we drop Max into coverage and let Daniel Jones out of the pocket. When you do that, it changes up the throwing angles. It changes up the way that the defense has leverage on their receiver. And so that's really hard. But the one on Isaiah Pola-Mao this week, that was him. Without question, and I'm going to showcase it and kind of break it down in our game film tomorrow. So, And guys, just so you guys know, I am going to be live in the Raider Roll Room tomorrow with Chris and Severe, man. Make sure you guys go hit those guys up too, man. Hit those guys a sub, show them support as well. But we're going to break down game film tomorrow in the War Room, so definitely check in for that. Hit that notification bell. John, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you popping in. Good to see you, man. You always rock with us as well. Right now, 27 entries into the giveaway. All you have to do is comment, which John Leone, you did. Like everybody else, you automatically entered in. I'm going to hit that draw button at the end of this. And we'll see who the winner is on the giveaway. It's my 11th giveaway since starting this channel in 2023. I definitely appreciate y'all. So let's switch it up. Let's go to the winners. All right, defensive winners. Guys, let me know who your winners are on the defensive side. Raider Pete, you're following up. Let's roll with Brock at 85% this week. Need him. Rest over the bye. Got to beat the Queefs. Our health will improve. I hope so. I just don't want him to re-injure himself. You know what I'm saying? So it's, an 85% Brock, 100% will help us, even as just a decoy. I'm with you. I would just like him to be 100%. But let's do this. Let me know who are your winners. Hit that hashtag Raiders if you can. Catch the mob. Who's your winners on defense? I'm going to give you a couple of mine. One, you got to give Devin White his flowers, right? Again, I just talked about it. There was definitely the big plays that kind of just fell into his lap. The strip sack, he went completely unblocked. It's just a product of a bad offensive line. And then that interception just kind of fell into his lap. But he led the team in tackles. I'm going to showcase some things where he basically, the tough part with Devin White is he's also missing a lot of tackles. He overran, I want to say like 4 missed tackles. I believe he ended the game with nine tackles total. He could have had 16, but he missed a lot of tackles. And I think there's a reason why he's missing tackles, and I'm going to point it out in the live tomorrow when we break down the game film. But because he's the leading tackler, because he had the 2 big plays, and you can't discredit anybody that makes those plays sometimes, right place, right time, always works out, I will definitely give Devin White his flowers. So Devin White, without question, in my opinion, is definitely one of the winners. Let's go. LS, man, you're throwing out there. You wouldn't risk Brock. Yeah, it's tough. Again, I just hope the coaches will make the right decision. But again, I'd like him to be 100%. Some people, again, and I will agree, 85% Brock is better than 70% of the league. So I just hope the coaches make the right decision with him. And maybe they left him out last week. Maybe he was ready to go, and last week they just rested him and said, "Hey, you got to be ready for KC." We just don't know. Let's hope they make the right decision. Raiderman 81, you're saying Devin White. Jeremiah, Devin White needed a good game and played one. Yes, he did. LA Raiders, you got Devin White, Jonah Laulu. Isaiah, you got Mayer. We'll talk about the offensive side if that's who you're referencing. Herman, Mad Max Crosby. He did have a good game. The only thing I will say is I did expect a little bit more out of him as it relates to just bringing more pressure earlier in the game. That last sack that he had was kind of towards the tail end where you knew the Titans were passing the ball. I think it was maybe 3 or 4 minutes left in the game. You knew that they were going to pass the ball. And so now he's just pinning his ears back. He did have that sack earlier in the game, which was great. But because that offensive line was so bad, I was just hoping to see just more of an impact. But he still had a very good game. I'm not taking anything away, but he's got to prove himself as one of, if not the best pass rusher in the National Football League. And if he wants to prove it, I'd love to see him just have, man, a massive impact early in the game like he did against the Bears, man. That Bears game was wild. And so let's see. Scott, you're saying Jonah Laulu, definitely a winner this week. Spin move to sack was nasty, and I'm going to showcase that. I'm going to showcase that tomorrow in our breakdown. Raiderman 81, you said Crosby and White. Shit defense, Devin White for sure. Hoofy Raider, Paul Amal playing out of position, and that is a fact. Look, he played fairly well last year, and I was hoping that was going to continue into this year. Yes, he is more of a strong safety, more of a box safety. And based on what he showed last year, I thought he was going to be able to kind of make that transition. There's a lot of times where you also have to kind of figure the situation that he's getting put in when we really can't get some decent pass rush. And so, look, is he a true free safety? No, he's not. And I agree. He's playing out of position, and sometimes, man, it sucks because it's no fault of his own. Yeah, Devin White, absolutely, yes. Devin White played great, man. I think we're all agreeing for the most part. Devin White did ball out. Rosetown, I think you're agreeing. Man, trade Devin White now to a team that will give him up for after that last game. I'm telling you, man. We might talk about some potential trade assets at the tail end of this if we got some time. But yeah, it might be rough. I wouldn't risk Brock either. Nah, man. Defensive winners: Max, Devin, Laulu. Okay, man, I like it. I like it. Ready to Pete, White, and Laulu. All right. Let's go. I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna get the rest of it in. Just give me 1 second. Victor, man, I see you with that super chat. I appreciate you, man. You got Laulu. Hey, man, I cannot disagree, and that's gonna kind of fire up my next winner, and I gotta agree. And I'm gonna get the rest of you guys in there. Laulu, without question. I mean, this was his breakout game. Multiple sacks, multiple tackles, and it's not just tackles on the interior. I mean, basically, wide receiver screens the sideline, and he has the awareness to track it, see it, go get it, and he gets down the line of scrimmage, gets the sideline, and makes that tackle. Absolutely amazing game by Laulu, and not only that, he was the guy that tipped that hit Cam Miller's arm that popped it up for Devin White to make that interception. So he was all over the place all game long. And you saw flashes of that last year. I can't remember what game it was. I think it was the Chargers game that you saw that spin move out of Laulu. You saw that's in his toolbox. And for him to show it again, man, I absolutely loved it. And so just to see Laulu be able to kind of have that breakout game. And look, the offensive line was not good, but that's when you want to see players like that have a breakout game. That's why I wanted Kuntz to have a breakout game, because when you go up against an offensive line that's susceptible, and you know that you could take advantage of them, you want players like that to really find a pathway to success. And so I got to give Laulu his flowers. So yes, I think we all, for the most part, can agree. Jonah Laulu, without question, is a winner. I got one more. Winner. And let's just see. Alakam, you had some bad angles sometimes. I think you might be. I think maybe you're referencing Devin White, I believe. Maybe Jonah Laulu. Yeah, Isaiah, man, that spin move was cold. It was a bad man. But remember, if you guys check in with us when we do a film breakdown last year against the Chargers, he showcased that spin move on a run play. It was a run play to the offense's left or right, and he basically was able to get leverage on the offensive tackle. Basically, locked his eyes inside when he knew the running back was going to commit inside. He took that spun move inside and made the play, man. It was nasty. It was beautiful. And you kind of knew it was in his toolbox. And I was glad to see it. Rest through Chris, White, Laulu, Max, and Fotu. Fotu had a good game. I think he definitely had that sack. I'm going to showcase that sack. I think it was more that the offensive line, there was massive miscommunication on the offensive line. Both center guard just let him go. And then when Leaky Fotu made that sack, both the center guard looked at each other with their arms out, like, "Were you supposed to get him? Was I supposed to get him? Was it your fault?" And then that other play that Cam Ward just dropped the ball. Leaky Fotu had the pressure. Got to give him credit for the pressure. But he just kind of, if Cam Ward didn't drop the ball, he definitely gets the pass off, and then it's just really just a pressure by Leaky Fotu. But I'll give him credit. But he's not my next winner at all. Now, I mean, you're saying it sounds like the coach will not let Brock play unless he's 100%. Again, hopefully he sat out last week just as precautionary, and he's ready to roll. You know what I'm saying? ASAP, you're saying White, be my dude. All right, I hope I'm translating it right, but I think you're saying Devin White, and I agree. Again, Victor, man, I appreciate the super chat. You're saying rest Brock. The role Mike Tomlin, you're saying Max should have had 5 sacks against that offensive line, man. He should have had 20 sacks, brother. But I'm with you 100%. Now, man, folks, hot take. I have a bit of a strange on the D-line and O-line in my sights. Wait and see. Strange on the O-line, D-line in my sights. Wait and see. Okay. All right, brother. Let's see. I got my last one. Let's just see what's going on. Jeremiah showed how important it is for the defense and the offense to score points before the other team. Yes, it was good to see us kind of get on that board early. Megalodon, man, what's going on, man? Good seeing you in here. We got 31 entered into the giveaway. It's Tuesday's victory giveaway. At the very end of this, I'm going to hit that draw button. If you just put a comment in the chat, you're automatically entered. I'll hit that draw button at the end of this. I'll share the screen just so everybody sees it. Bang. I know it's small, but I hit that draw button, automatically pops out a winner. This is a StreamYard giveaway tool, and I'm just trusting that it's going to work. I've never done it on live before, but I've heard people use it. It works, and we're going to rock it out. And whenever when the winner is announced, then I'll give you the instructions on how to redeem the giveaway. So, all right, Sacktown, what's going on, brother? I appreciate you, man. I'm glad to see you in here as well, man. Always supporting. You automatically entered in to the giveaway because you just threw a comment in there, man. Good seeing you. So here's my last one, guys. Here's my last winner. I got Devin White as a winner. I got Jonah Laulu as a winner. And guys, agree or disagree, I got to say Tyree Wilson is a winner. You know, I'm going to showcase some plays that he had, and it's the first time in a very long time. Last week, I showcased one play where he did a very good job of fighting off the block and actually squeezing down the line of scrimmage and making a play. I mean, we joke around, and it's not necessarily a joke. It's real. But all last season, all through preseason, and even just in the first 4 or 5 games, we joke around that Tyree is basically an unblocked Hall of Famer, because he is. Every time he's unblocked, he finds himself in potentially making a play. If he's ever blocked, he never can get off the blocks. He doesn't have a second move. He just gets stalemated, right? Last week I showcased one play. And then look, outside of that, it's same old Tyree. This was the very first game that Tyree showcased that he's able to get off blocks. He was fighting off of blocks. He was getting down the line of scrimmage, making plays. Obviously, he's going against a bad offensive line, but anytime that you can see a player just kind of shine, I said this yesterday when I was with Chris and Severe, I said, this is hands down the best game Tyree Wilson has ever played. And I hope it just sparks something, because I've never seen him in the last 2 seasons that we've had. We've never seen this out of him at all. And so the thing is I want to see him grow off of this game. And I don't care if it's a bad offensive line or good offensive line. At the end of the day, anytime you can taste success, the hope is that you can build on it, and this is what I hope to see. He's got a challenge next week. You're going against a Chiefs offensive line that knows what the hell they're doing. It ain't going to be the Titans offensive line. Let's just hope that he can grow on it, because I'm going to show some plays tomorrow in our live where it's just a very impressive play. There's no beating around the bush. Again, we make fun of Tyree, saying he's an unblocked Hall of Famer, but when he does well and he showcases an actual skill set, I will point it out as well. I'm not going to just clown on him all season long. And I'm going to showcase some plays tomorrow. So guys, agree with me or disagree? I think it was without question Tyree's best game of his NFL career, and I'm going to give him his flowers. I'm going to definitely put him as a winner on the defensive side of the ball. Man, Tyree needs to stay in the interior or go away. Yeah, I agree. Isaiah Landon Roberts was money. He did play well. I'm not gonna lie. The defense as a whole played fairly well. The thing is, man, you can showcase Landon Roberts so many times. Even last week, even in when we got beat up by the Colts, the thing is Landon Roberts still made quite a few plays as just playing a true downhill linebacker. So, Landon Roberts, man, if that's one guy. And that's why we continue, even if we continue to lose. And you guys know that rock with myself and Severe and Chris in the War Room. We continue to break down game film all season long, because you still want to showcase who do we want to prioritize and bring back next year in the offseason. We have 26 players that are on the last year of their contract, or we signed them to 1-year contracts. And so you got a lot of guys that are on the chopping block. Do we want to bring them back? Do they want to come back? A lot of decisions in this offseason are to be had. Let's see. I hope Rashid Rice, rusty as hell, sitting out so long. I hope so too. Dre, help play Decameron Richard or Porter, man. I'd like to see Porter, third round draft pick. I'd love to see Porter get in there and get some playing time. Um, yeah, Alec M shouting out those FKCs already, man. Except that smart marketing. Hey, I don't know if you're talking about the giveaway, but man, I just love being able to kind of give back to everybody. And Alfredo, what's going on, brother? You're automatically entered in the giveaway just by putting a chat in there. We got 33 that are automatically entered in, man. If you guys do want to get be a part of it, all you gotta do is put a comment in the comment section, and bang, you're automatically entered. At the end of this, we're gonna hit that draw button. We're gonna rock out. LS, man, I appreciate you being a member and throwing a super chat out there. I definitely appreciate you, brother. Alden Smith would have made a nice combo with Max. Yes, he would have, man. Alden Smith, man, back in his 49er days and stuff like that. Bro, he was a bad man. He was a bad man. Yeah, Jeremiah, man. Again, it's just my way of saying thank you, right? So I'm going to say it real quick, and I'm just going to throw it out there. I came on here back in early 2023 because I was very close to coaching again. And the Raiders pissed me off with Josh McDaniels, and Tyree Wilson pissed me off. I'll be dead honest. But I was so close to potentially coaching again, and I knew I couldn't do it because I stopped coaching in 2019 to give my wife and my kids more of my time. And I was like, man, I just can't do it. Actually, one of the guys that are out here in the Vegas area, I live near here in the Vegas area. He actually is one of the guys that heads the youth football organization out here in Nevada. And I used to coach against him in California. And he found out I was out here. He goes, hey, man, do you want to help with just the organizational side of this thing? And I said, man, I can't do it. Because if I do that, I might get into coaching again. If that leads to coaching, I might get into high school coaching again. And I just can't do it. So you guys rocking with me helps me kind of get that itch out. And I definitely appreciate it. So it's just my way of showing my appreciation and kind of giving back to you guys. So I definitely appreciate all y'all that rock with me. Kevin, number 9 had 3 impactful plays I saw. He did. I'm telling you. And again, I think it's the best one. I think it's the best game he's ever had. So I love it. 8 of 5, the offense was not good against the Titans. And we're going to get to the offensive side here just a second. But that was basically my 3 winners on the deep side. Devin White, Jonah Laulu, and Tyree Wilson. And we're going to show some plays about Tyree Wilson tomorrow. And we're going to break that thing down. Because again, definitely without question, the best game of his young career. And hopefully he just kind of grows off of it. So let's jump over to, man, James Herr. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you. Enun is going to be tough trying to beat KC. It's always tough no matter who's good, who's bad. A divisional game, man, is always tough. So it's going to be rough. The real Mike Tomlin, but Tyree's got to show it against a good O-line. Yes, he does, 100%. I'm not going to take away his success this game. You could talk about that Titans offensive line, but, man, let's just hope he grows off of it. James Herman, everybody, put it in the chat. I got another question, but put it in the chat. Predict your score. I want to jump to the opposite side because, again, 34 entered in the giveaway at the very end. We're going to hit that draw button. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Let's do this. Let's go. All right. Offensive losers, guys. This might be a heavy topic because just like it was stated, man, the offense didn't have a good day. Did not have a good day. So let me know who are your offensive losers. Let me know. Hit that hashtag Raiders just so I kind of see it. And let me know because I'm going to wrap through my losers, man. And I might get a little more detailed on this than maybe some. But look, across the board, let me know who your losers are. I don't care if it's a player. I don't care if it's a coach, if it's a front office, whatever. Be creative. I get a little creative with it. But let me know. Hit that hashtag Raiders. Let me know who your losers are on offense. And then we're going to talk about the winners. John Leon, we might talk about that a little bit later, to be honest. And ASAP, we talked about it before, the whole 8-6-7 thing. My kids say it. I don't know what that. I ain't hip to the game, bro. I'm a little too old for all that, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I got too much on my plate, and I see my 9-year-old just saying the 6-7 for some reason. I don't know what the hell that means. But we all had stupid sayings growing up and all that, so I let them do them, and I stay to my side. And so, well, we might talk about the whole trade candidates and stuff like that a little bit later if we have a little bit of time, man. Mike Tomlin, the real Mike Tomlin. You're saying definitely want to agree. What up, Troy? What's going on, brother? Again, you're automatically entered in that giveaway, man. John Leon, want my honest answer, or you ask me 805? Hey, nah, man. Hey, share your answer as well. Don't matter who throws it out there. Alfredo, man, I appreciate you. Let's see. Rostan, so glad we didn't see Zamir White sighting last game. I know we did not. We did not. Herman, appreciate you and glad we can hold it down. I appreciate you, man. Just everybody that just kind of rocks with me, I definitely appreciate it, and just my way of showing my appreciation as well. So here's my first loser, and I'm going to kind of get into detail. I got basically a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically 5 losers. First one, Deontay Thornton. I think you got to put Deontay Thornton out there. He went from starting all the previous games to be basically non-existent. Something's going on. Some people might question why he's not out there, but if you rock with us in our film breakdown, we kind of show you. We showed you from basically his first catch in that preseason game against Seattle. If you guys remember, in Seattle there was a 3rd and 14, and he ran basically a deep comeback route, and he ran the comeback route, basically pushed off the corner, sat his route down, drifted to the outside, caught the ball for a first down, looked good. But the one thing I wanted to showcase was it was probably one of the sloppiest routes I've ever seen. And I knew that if he continued to run his routes that way, or that's what his route running looked like, he would not be able to get open against a starting corner. And we're starting to see it. His route IQ is not very good. His route running ability is not very good. And he doesn't run good complementary routes. And what I mean by that is if you're trying to set up pick routes, if you're trying to set up rub routes, I don't think he understands the concept of that. And it's not surprising because I didn't take this into consideration prior to, but now the more and more I and some people have said it. So I shout out to them. If you guys heard anybody talk about this, shout out to them. But it might be a thing out of these Tennessee receivers. I remember hearing, I don't know who said it, so I can't quote them, and I wish I could, because shout out to them. There's people that have said, man, these Tennessee receivers do not translate well to the NFL just because of that offensive scheme. Because it's basically you either go deep or it screens, And that's why I didn't like Joe Milton coming out of the college game. That's why Hendon Hooker, I really liked Hendon Hooker, but I definitely had question marks on how he was going to translate to the NFL because that Tennessee offense, because it's really just a vertical game with that Tennessee offense. But I know people have said that receivers coming from that Tennessee offensive scheme, if the ball's not coming your way, they just half-ass routes. And you're kind of seeing that at Deontay Thornton a little bit. So, again, shout out to whoever has said it. I can't quote him because I just forgot. But I really like Jalen Hyatt coming out of Tennessee. And, man, you just see it over in New York. He's just not translating well. So is this a Tennessee system thing? And so, again, there's been multiple times we've shown you in preseason and we've shown you in the games during the season that he just struggles to have good route running ability, details to his route running. Again, if you're just running a comeback, man, change your speed throughout the route. Make sure you make the corner flip his hips at the top of the route so you break as soon as he's changing direction. I mean, it's just the nuances of being a good route runner that I don't think he has, and we've shown it a few times throughout the season, and it looks like it's kind of coming to a head. So I think Deontay Thornton is without question a loser because he's just not getting any reps. So that's definitely a loser to me, guys. Let me know. Do you agree? Disagree? Let me know. Let's see. Some people are calling out or are giving that score prediction. Man, it's going to be wild. We'll see just kind of how it works out. Rayman81, you're saying you put that hashtag Raiders. Gino had a rookie package, not being allowed to throw more than 8 yards in order to avoid interceptions. And dude still threw one. Yes, he did. He still threw one, man, in just a horrible situation. But yeah, he doesn't have a lot of, with Brock Bowers being out, it's really tough. But he doesn't have the best receiver core, but man, he's still making bad decisions. It's tough. Anyway, an offense loses the whole offensive line besides JPJ, man. I will say the only thing that I'll tune into us tomorrow, because I'll tell you right now that defensive coordinator over there dialed up some blitzes that were very, very tricky. And I even had to do a double take on some of them where they're actually running stunts in ways that you have to almost understand. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, all right, but you almost have to understand what certain defenders are supposed to be doing in certain stunts for it to catch your eye. And there were some stunts where it didn't look right, but there's a reason why it didn't look right, because of just some slight movements that helped their interior defensive linemen basically get a free rush to the quarterback. And again, like, unless you kind of understand schemes and understand the defense, you wouldn't catch it. And I caught it a couple times. I'm sitting there going, damn, that is slick. That is a slick way to run stunts that just basically let some of their interior defensive lines have free rush at the quarterback. And so I'm going to showcase it tomorrow. And I can't really fault the offensive line at times because it's tricky. It really is. And it just allows the interior defensive lineman to get good leverage on the offensive lineman. And they ran stunts with Jeffrey Simmons quite a bit, and it just freed up Jeffrey Simmons. So if you're allowing Jeffrey Simmons to get kind of a stunt where the linebacker or the interior defensive lineman is basically picking the offensive lineman, and you're letting your best interior offensive lineman free, yes, you got to prep for it. You got to know that it's going to happen. But at the same time, for them to run it and execute the way they did, which was pretty tricky, I'll definitely showcase it tomorrow. Now, man, let's see. You're saying losers, Kappa, Mostert, and Jacoby. Is it Kappa because he just missed that pass play? I'll talk about it in just a second. But yeah, Alec M, our guards, Rosetown, Kappa for sure, not catching that ball. I'm telling you. And look, can I just say one thing? And I'm going to talk more about tomorrow, but it's not even just the fact that you had Kappa go out for a pass. When is the last time, and correct me if I'm wrong, when's the last time you ever saw a tackle eligible where you set the tackle on a corner route? You don't ever run a tackle on a corner route. They're not used to making that type of catch that's over their shoulder. You need to throw it where they square up to their quarterback, and the quarterback can just put it on the numbers. Why the hell do you put Kappa on a corner route? No, just send Kappa to the back of the end zone. And I'm going to showcase it tomorrow. If you just let Kappa go to the back of the end zone, and now he can kind of just rotate his shoulders and he just catches it right between his numbers, it actually could have worked. Why the hell do you put Kappa on a corner route? He's not gonna catch a ball over his shoulder. Like, it's just the dumbest play design. So yeah, sorry. You'll see me talk more about tomorrow and actually show it on screen. Isaiah, a couple people throwing it out there. Let's see. Troy Gill. Let's see. O-line was lower on Sunday. And Gino. The real Mike Tomlin. Losers. Kelly, Gino, and the O-line. Herman. Dante Thornton is a no-show. I know, man. It's tough. It's tough, and you wish we could have done something with him, but man, maybe it's just not translating well for the guy. And again, we kind of showcased it in the preseason. That was the biggest concern. You saw it kind of tail into the regular games, and it might be coming to a head. Alec M, Gino missing, Jack Besh many times. I'm halfway through breaking down the game film. I got the second half to rock out later today, and so I'm going to showcase some stuff without question. What up, ASAP, man? I appreciate you rocking me. Kevin Lurker, Gino, he's shaky, late processing, and late releases. I don't disagree. Race for Chris, Thornton got benched. He did, man. It's wild. It is wild. All right. You are going man. You're getting over to the winners, and I'm gonna star that. But here you go. I'm gonna give you some more losers on my end. Without question, I think Geno Smith is a loser. I don't think anybody agrees, so I'm not going to go into complete detail. He is not only is he late on his release, like Kevin Lurker said, but I'm telling you, we showcased it last week where there are clear reads. It's a clear read for the quarterback. We showcased it last week where you have a single high safety You got a tight end run at the safety and then bend it to the back end zone, to the back pylon. If the safety goes with you, trust that your backside receiver is going to run a simple kind of skinny post, kind of a modified dig route. It's open. That's your second read. If safety goes with the tight end, you hit your backside receiver. It was wide open. If the safety sits, then you trust your tight end is going to come open in the back of the end zone to the back pylon. He's just not reading it, and that was the play that it should have been his third interception of the game. There are just very basic reads Geno should be able to process, and it's just not happening. And there's more examples of it this game, and it's just simple reads, and he's just not doing it. So I think we all can agree that that throw across the field to Michael Mayer, and it's intercepted. That was all fine and well when he did it week 1 on 4th and 1 to Michael Mayer, and he completed it. That was great. But one of the things that I said, it's great when you complete it, but when you don't complete it and it's picked off, that is God, I don't even know how to say it. That is, you can't do that as a quarterback. Point blank, period. You cannot throw across your body in that way because you're susceptible to that type of result, and that's what happened. So Geno, loser. I don't think anybody can disagree with that. I think a lot of people were saying loser. Jeremiah, you're saying Thornton ran wrong route, causing an interception according to Pete and Geno. Okay, again, I don't know if that was maybe he did get in the second quarter or second half. I haven't broken that down yet, or maybe that's just based on last week, because I know Deontay Thornton, he kind of had that. It's supposed to be a hot route, and he drifted his route. No, that's on him. It's not a good route, but Geno, you still don't throw the goddamn ball. Isaiah Joshua Palmer was okay. Are you talking about from the Chargers now with the Bills? That's all I can think. Hyatt was not very good either. He wasn't. LS, man, biggest loser. Us fans are going to play ourselves out of a pick 1 for a short-term sugar hit. I know, hey, my kids got a sugar hit too. Shout out to them. But yes, it's short-term. We need the highest pick possible because Spytech is dog shit at drafting. It's not looking too hot. We started to kind of talk about that earlier. It's not looking too hot. Should have benched Geno for throwing it. It was bad. It was bad for sure. I'm going to kind of start this one, and I'll get to the rest of. Hopefully, I don't get too far behind in the chat, man. Hit that hashtag Raiders, guys, if you're answering the question. Who is the biggest losers on offense? I just said Deontay Thornton. I said Geno. And look, it's got to be Chip Kelly. It's got to be Chip Kelly at this point. The offense looks sluggish. You struggle to move the football. You really only deserve 10 points out of 20 that we scored, right? The opening drive, we got 3 points. Okay, that's great, right? Opening drive, you got points on the board. I'd love to finish with 7. We got to be better at finishing with touchdowns, not field goals. But ultimately, opening drive, you got 3 points. The only reason why you got that Michael Mayer touchdown was because of the Devin White interception or strip sack. And we covered it down inside the 5, and you almost screwed that up. You almost screwed up a Devin White strip sack. Shout out to Tyree for recovering that fumble, and that was the Alice Kappa trick play. You're trying to outsmart yourself, right? And then you go ISO, and you basically get stuffed. And I'm going to talk about that ISO run play. The blocking scheme was absolutely dog shit. And so, but then luckily enough, we go ahead and we hit Michael Mayer for a touchdown. That was great, right? You finished with some points with the touchdown. That's great, but you're only in that position because of the strip sack by Devin White. And then basically the only other time that you earned 3 points was because you got yourself you drove to start the second half. You drove the field. You ended up getting 3 points, but you almost screwed yourself out of even that because I believe it was on. No, I take that back. You got 3 points in the second half. You drove down. You got yourself in field goal range. We had a delay of game by Daniel Carlson, and that pulled us back. But all the other situations, right? Trey Tucker does a great job. He gets the ball, man, rips it downfield, down the sideline. Great. We got ourselves in perfect position. You almost screwed yourself from that Genty touchdown because on third and goal from the 7, we get a sack. but we got bailed out because we got a basically hands the face mask call, which gave us an automatic first down from the 4, and we ended up being able to run in Genti. I mean, we didn't earn much that entire game outside of 10 points. So we haven't seen much from this offense at all whatsoever. So in my opinion, I think Chip Kelly is still a loser until he can show that this offense is going to click on all cylinders. So I think that without question, Chip Kelly is still a loser until he starts to fire away. I got another loser, and then we're going to jump to the winners. Nah, man, I'll scroll back up. I got your winners start, so I'll jump back to that. But Real Mike Tomlin, you got some winners as well. All right, I think some of you guys are kind of jumping into the winners. I still got some losers. Let's see. Mustard, a loser. 2 got negative yards. He did. I think that was tough. And who start with the starting bench from Cutter, man. I appreciate you. I see some winners. Okay, I got another loser, and I'm gonna talk about the loser. And then I'll go back in. Let's see. Raider 85, man, what's going on? Hondo said he talked to a Hall of Fame coach who said our line can't pick up a stunt to save their lives. I'll talk about it, and I'm gonna showcase it tomorrow. Troy Gill. Who'd you 85 trade for picks? Any player on the team right now? Okay. I'm going to kind of wait to the end. I'm going to star that. I'm going to wait to the end if I got a little bit of a time. But guys, we got 36 included in the giveaway at the very end of this. I'm going to hit that draw button. As long as you put a comment in the chat, you're automatically entered in the giveaway. Again, victory giveaway Tuesday. Have a little fun. We're going to ride this victory and have a little bit of fun, man. I appreciate you. Jason, what's going on, brother? Again, Chip did something different for sure with Kappa pass catch attempts. Tried to be a little bit creative, but it was wild. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to go with Laxman Business. What's going on? Philadelphia Raider here. Appreciate you rocking in, man. I'm going to start that one because then I'll get to the other comments down below. But here's my last losers. And I'm sorry. The losers, it's got to be Pete Carroll, because he brought on his son, Brendan Carroll. This offensive line is still a mess. The blocking scheme, if you guys rock with us and we show you game film, the blocking schemes are so damn confusing. The ISO down the goal line, where after the Kappa pass attempt, the ISO play on the goal line, horrible blocking scheme. And look, Brendan Carroll is not just our offensive line coach. He's also the run game coordinator. You are the one that's trying to design some of these run plays. You're trying to strategically design the run plays based on what you see on game film and what you see what the opposing defense is going to run. You're the one dialing up basically the designs of this run play, and I'm going to showcase. And I've only gone through the first half of the game film. I'm probably going to see it in the second half, where some of the blocking schemes are just confusing, and the amount of times that we've had confusion in that backfield. Ian Thomas pulling on a split zone concept, and he's looking like he's pass blocking and not attacking the end. That play where Jack Best just runs into Genti on that third and short. The time that Jordan Meredith was supposed to pull on a 4th and 1, which nobody else was blocking that way. Like, the amount of times that we have just seen flat out confusion on it within the blocking scheme. I'm sorry, Pete Carroll. You're a loser because you brought in Brendan Carroll, and Brendan Carroll is responsible for designing these run plays. And I'm going to showcase even more tomorrow just how the scheme just doesn't make any sense. And we're predictable. We're completely predictable. Bunch set, motion the receiver, 85% of the time, it's a run play. And I don't know if you guys can see it. It's not a whole lot, but I don't know if you guys can see it. It's blank. I'm telling how many times we run out of a bunch set, how many times we run it out of a spread, and then how many we pass out of a bunch set. Like, we're predictable at this point. And I feel bad for the offensive line, to be honest with you. Yes, they're not blocking extremely well, but there's not a whole lot when the defense really knows exactly what you're going to do before the snap even happens. And that just puts a lot of pressure on that offensive line. So again, my losers, and we'll go to winners. Deontay Thornton, Geno Smith, Chip Kelly, because you just can't do shit with the offense. You're the highest paid offensive coordinator in the National Football League. We got to rock and do something. And then Pete Carroll is a loser because he brought his boy in, Brendan Carroll, and our offensive run designs are just horrible. They're horrible, and I'm going to showcase more tomorrow. So those are my losers. I know all you guys are rocking and throwing out the winners. So let's just kind of jump over to that side. Let me know who your offensive winners are. And I'm going to bring that up. Who are your offensive winners? Let me know. Hit that hashtag Raiders if you can. Again, if you guys just got into the chat, I'm doing a victory giveaway. As long as you just put a comment, you're automatically entered. At the end of this, I'm going to hit that draw button, and it's going to automatically pick someone as a winner. It'll be my 11th giveaway since starting this channel. It's my 15th giveaway winner since starting the channel, because sometimes I'll do multiple winners here and there, but I still have my giveaway at 5,500 subscribers. So if you want to be included, hit that sub button. If you want to get included in the chat, hit that sub button as well. I appreciate everybody that rocks with me. So let's do some of the winners. And now, man, I'm going to scroll back up. I know you put your winner in here. Bang, there it is. Now, man, your winners: Jack Besh, Genty, Bachman, JPJ, Forsyth. It's very interesting you put Forsyth in there. I think Forsyth had a better game compared to what I thought he would, but he also had his struggles. But I'm with you. I figured Forsyth was just going to be horrendous. But he wasn't that bad. He did okay in the run, without question. Very shaky in the pass, but he at least did good enough to where he exceeded at least my expectations. So I can't argue with that. And so let's see. I think I'm extremely behind in the chat. I think I'm going to, let's see. Bang. Let's go. Let me just find the other winner. There it is. Okay, cool. The Real Tomlin winners: Tucker and Mayer. Okay, all right, perfect. I'm gonna get into my winners. Yeah, Alec Emmy said great game by Big Mike. Jason Downs, you got Tucker, you got Genty. Isaiah, you agreed. Tucker and Mayer. The Real Mike Tomlin, a winner: special teams: Cole, Lauren, and Bachman. Look, AJ Cole had a good game. Lauren, I'll be honest, I don't know who Lauren is, man. I might be off. My bad. Remind me who that is. Bachman did good in the return game. And special teams didn't completely screw up. They had the delay a game, but overall special teams didn't screw up. Good comeback game for them. Let's see. I know there's more. Let's see. Let me scroll on down. I knew that there were some more winners that I might have missed. Yeah, Sacktown, man, appreciate you. Yeah, can't wait for the game film breakdown. It's gonna be fun, man. I appreciate you always tapping with that. Dre, Sweet Feet Mumford could have been perfect for that corner route without question. We all know what Sweet Feet can do. I'm with you. Let's see. Thornton is an easy evaluation. Gino needs a new contract. Yeah, maybe he needs to give some of that money back. Let's see. I'm not sure he really knows what the fuck they're going. Compound that with interior pressure. Let's see. Gino, got to wear them prescription goggles. It's rough, man. I'm with you. Let's see. The real question is, when will we see Kenny Pickett on Sunday, man? If interceptions happen early, it's almost like you got to do it. You got to start pulling that. I just want to make sure I'm not missing. I think I'm late in the chat. I'm gonna try to get through. If I see anybody with some of the winners, let me kind of go through. I'm gonna scroll on down. Benoon, winner. Titans firing the head coach and getting a high draft pick. Yeah, look, Callahan ran a good offense, as an offensive coordinator. I forget who he was with, but I know, sometimes coordinators just don't translate. And man, that offense looked bad without question. And so here's my thing. Let's do this. My next, we were going winners. Winner, in my opinion, I think it's got to be Michael Mayer. There's not a whole lot of winners. I know some people were saying Genty, for me, I think Michael Mayer is a clear cut winner, right? We started to feed him early, which was great. I was hoping that some of that action early with Michael Mayer was going to help open up other receivers, right? Open up the Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers did get a couple catches, opened up the Trey Tuckers, even Jack Besh. Get Jack Besh involved. But if you get Michael Mayer involved early, the hope is that it would start to open up other people. But man, if you go back and watch the game film, it was a struggle because we did run some deeper routes. It was a combination between Geno just didn't see it and they just didn't get open. Nobody was open. And so, but I do think, without question, I think a lot of us can agree, Michael Mayer definitely did have a good game. Some of you definitely can say Geno. Oh, no, not Geno, sorry. Yeah, Alfredo, nepotism, baby. Raider, Michael Mayer, yes, without question. LS, what's the giveaway? I'll let you know what the giveaway is as soon as I hit that draw button. I'll let you guys know what it is. And we'll do it soon. We will do it soon because we're getting into the winners. Been on for about an hour and 16 minutes. I don't want to hold you guys off too much. There's a bunch that we can cover, but at the same time, we're gonna go over a lot tomorrow. I was gonna talk about Genty as a winner, but here's my thing, right? I know some people talked about Genty being a winner. Genty had a good game. I want to start seeing Genty really show us and prove to us without question he's that number 6 overall, right? He had some opportunities to make that first man miss and turn a 5-yard gain and potentially a 15, 20-yard gain. He did have that one run early against Janarius Sleed. He was one-on-one with the corner. He made contact, tried to stiff arm him, but basically took L'Jarius Sneed for a ride for about 12 yards. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? Like him turning in that first contact into basically 12 yards, I'll take that. But I definitely want to see just kind of more of those long runs kind of after contact, right? Where he's the reason why he is making his own success. And a lot of the plays that you see him have success, he's not touched until 5, 6, 7 yards downfield, and at that point, I want to see him make that guy miss and rip off a 40-yarder. Like, show us why we truly, what pulls you, like differentiates you from like a Cam Scatterboo at this point. That's what I want to see. And so now I will agree that if you say the offensive scheme ain't great, I agree. We're not using him well. I want to see him get in open space. I want to see more screen plays with him. I want to see him, kind of dump off that ball, not give him a kill shot and a hospital ball where the corner comes up and takes him out, but get him in space more. So it is tough because I think we're still just very predictable when it comes to our run game and the way that we dial things up, and I think it just hinders his success. So Genty had a good game, but I'm not going to put him on here until I just want to see him truly showcase the reason why he can clear himself from all the other running backs in this draft. So again, he didn't have a bad game. He had a good game, but I'm not going to put him up there as a clear-cut winner until he showcases just a little bit more, just for me. What up, my two? What's going on, man? 808 Raider, what's going on? Call me old school, but I like the power I formation with the fullback. Then I still run it, and damn right, it still works. We tried it. We put Michael Mayer on that goal line, that ISO play on the goal line. It was a power run play right at the interior of that defense, but the blocking was horrible. The design was horrible, and I'm going to showcase it tomorrow. But we tried it. We're using Michael Mayer as a fullback at times, but I know he's not a traditional fullback, which is tough. So I like that, man. I appreciate you. Let's see. Sacktown, I was hoping Joe Philbin would be our O-line coach. Brendan sucks. That's tough. It's tough, man. Lord, Rachitas, what's going on? Mayer had a good confidence-building game. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. My winners, Troy Gill, Big Mike, and Genty, and Tucker. Tucker had a good game. He definitely was the reason why we put additional points on the board with that catch, and then he took off down that sideline. And so, he did have a good game. He actually had that catch where we countered off of running out of a bunch set. The one time that we countered off of it, I'm sorry, we did 2 times. Only one time it worked. But he had that catch early in the game that definitely helped move the chains. And so Trey Tucker's kind of coming into his own. I just hope that we could scheme him up a little bit better. Jeremiah, winners, Genty, Besh, and Michael Mayer. And here, the thing with Besh, man, it's like I just want to see. I want to see us use him better. You know, we schemed him open a little bit last game, and Gino just didn't see it. And there was times where Gino got the ball to him late. If he got him where when he was open, if he hit Besh earlier when you're supposed to go through your progressions and release that ball on time, Besh could have turned the corner and got upfield for 15 plus yards. But he's late and he runs him into the corner with his pass. So yeah, I want to see more out of Besh, but at the same time, I just don't think Geno is processing this offense very well. LKM winners, JPJ, Genty, Bachman, Mayer, White, and you just throwing in that defensive Laulu again, man. Lord Rachitas, Tucker is becoming our number one, and with Jacoby's lackluster play lately, he is, but Jacoby's play, look, the thing is it lackluster or does Geno just not see him? Because there's multiple situations where Geno just doesn't see him. I mean, there's times where Jacoby Myers is just sitting. He shuts down and sees a soft spot in the zone, and he's wide open. He's there. Geno just doesn't see it. And it is tough because we all know Jacoby's not a number one, right? The thing is that without Brock Bowers, now he can be double teamed. Now he's the double team guy, and it just makes it harder for him. And then you combo that with a quarterback that isn't processing this offense well. It's not a recipe for success, but I'll showcase some plays tomorrow where receivers are open. He's just not getting it there, unfortunately. Dude's finally get that yak now. It's great to see. Yes, he's getting that yards after catch without question. Joe, what's going on, man? Hitting that hashtag Raiders. Winners, the Rooks, Besh, Genty, a consideration, Tucker, and Mayer. Yeah, so Genty, I think you're saying maybe for consideration, maybe, but man, Michael Mayer, it was good to see kind of his breakout game. LS, man, winners. LS, for not having to wake up at 3 a.m. Yes, that is a winner for you as well. Reda Pete, when he looked bad, Forsyth looked really, really bad. Yes, he did. But, man, it wasn't as bad as I assumed as overall play. Let's see, the McTominay, the winner. I appreciate you, man. One of y'all going to be the winner. For sure. LS, I'll be disappointed if we play Pickett. My nephew was wrestling figurines with bigger hands than Kenny. I don't think people realize how ugly that would be with Meredith snaps. Here's the thing: is like if Kenny Pickett goes in, I don't have high hopes. I posted a video on it. You know, if Kenny Pickett does go in, does it really move the needle? You know what I'm saying? And so that's the hard part. Look, we are going to do the giveaway here in just a few moments. So, guys, again, Victory Tuesday. Victory giveaway. It's just my way of showing my appreciation. Again, I promised you guys on my Friday Live, if we won, I was going to drop a giveaway. It'll be my 11th giveaway since starting this channel in 2023. I'm still going to do my giveaway at 5,500 subscribers. So once I reach it, I'm averaging roughly around like 50 to 60 subscribers a week. And so you could do the math. You know, I should be there in a few weeks, hopefully. But I will say, the more and more, shout out to you guys that still rock with us. The more and more we lose, the more and more people just tail off. People don't get interested, and I understand. But you guys that continue to rock with us, I appreciate it. And again, that's why I kind of do it. Last year, we had a shit game, and I did a giveaway, and I said, look, I'm doing a giveaway because I want to just show my appreciation to not only people that rock with me, but the people that stick with me. Even through the hard times, y'all still show up. And so I just want to throw a giveaway out there and show my appreciation. So we're going to kind of rock through this. I think I'm going to have one last question, and then we're going to hit you guys with that giveaway. And so, and when the winner does pop up, I'll give you the instructions on how to redeem that giveaway. What up? Where's the flag? What's going on, brother? Again, just by commenting in the chat, you're automatically included in the giveaway at LS. The giveaway is candy from last season. I wouldn't do it to y'all. Shit. I almost did that to my own girls, which was tough on my own kids. And so I threw it away. But that's funny. That is funny, LS. Here's the last question, then we'll get to it. What was that question? Oh, real quick. Let me know who your top trade candidates are. We're not going to go into deep detail. I will give you my real quick take on it. But as of right now, if we lose the Chiefs and they'll get out, come of that bye, and we lose the Jags. The Jags are looking pretty good. They look like they're on fire. And you got to remember, I think both of us are coming out of byes. We're coming out of bye, and the Jags are coming out of a bye. I break down the schedule every single year, so I believe that's the case. Both of us are coming off of byes, so we're going to be well rested. If we lose these next two games, I think people are going to be on chopping block. So let me know, who do you think should be on the chopping block? Let's say if we do lose to the Chiefs, let me know, and then we're going to get into the giveaway. And man, shout out to all you guys that are rocking. And got a baby boy on the way. I'm already ready. I'm already a winner. Man, shout out to you. Congratulations to you. I saw you. You brought your little ones to Bakersfield, man. You showed some love to me and Severe, man. I appreciate you. We were able to. I think I was able to get one of the beers. I think I gave you a beer. We were over there, man. I appreciate you. Saw the fam. Good luck. I got 3 kids myself, man. Good luck with the whole process. Good luck to the mom and everything. I hope everything stays healthy and everything goes right, man. But I appreciate you always rocking with us. Rose Town, get with some black licorice. I wouldn't do it to you. Would not do it to you. See, with this comment right here, I think the bar is just pretty low on the giveaway. So, I mean, I appreciate it. And so let me know if we do start rocking, putting players on the chopping block. Let me know. I'm going to give you my quick take on it, and then we're going to jump into – I'll get you guys feedback, then we're going to jump into the giveaway. There's 44 people right now so far in that entry. Again, all you got to do is put a comment in the chat, and then you got the entry. Giving away that hot dog water from a couple months ago. Jesus Christ, man. I'm never going to live that down. I think it was Dixon or LS. Was it? I think it might have been Dixon. I don't know. One of y'all put me on that goddamn nickname. Now, man, has anyone else noticed that the running back position has become the primary piece outside of quarterback? I think the tides of changes are coming. Yes, and it happens, right? I think it kind of goes through. It's just the eras, right? You got the running back eras, and then all of a sudden now you start to see really just spreading things out, and now it becomes a quarterback heavy offense, right? And so you're starting to see it. I think the tides are turning a little bit. You got the Derrick Henrys, you got you look at the Broncos, the Broncos are really starting to emphasize running that football. Look at the Chargers have been doing. Even though they got Herbert, they overemphasize that run game, and rightfully so. But I think it's evolving. And here's my thing. I think it's evolving, and not to take too much of this, because I know we want to get to the giveaway. We're going to. It's evolving because of the way that the defenses have now structured their strategy, right? They're now going to a 2 high safety set. Back in the day, you used to see a single high safety, which means now you're bringing that extra linebacker, that extra safety down into the box. Like, they're starting to basically almost tempted you to go deep. And you look at the way that the Chiefs used to be with Tyreek Hill. The Chiefs used to be, we're going to air this thing out all day, every day, and we're going to beat you. Right? That's the type of defense that they would see, and that's the offense that they ran. But if you see over the last 5 to 6 years, they've had to transition to the 2 high safety set. And when you have 2 high safeties, that means you now have one less guy in the box. And so you're seeing a lot of quick hitters now. You're seeing a lot of RPOs. But it's also evolving because the teachings of the quarterback at the college level also aren't very it doesn't help their transition coming to the NFL. And so you got to start to implement a little bit of the college game into your offensive scheme at the NFL. And that's where I think you start to see a lot of the RPOs. It's quick hitters. But that also helped with the transition of the defense running a 2 high safety set, because now there's holes in the defense. There's a way to expose the defense. And you see the Chiefs do it extremely well, where they run a lot of quick hitters. That's why Rashid Rice is great in that offense, because he does a very good job of finding the soft spots in the defense. But anytime you see a 2 high safety set, that means they just pulled somebody out of the box, and now you have one less defender in the box, and it softens everything up underneath, and now you can attack the run. So I think that's why you see kind of the evolution of not just it being more running back heavy, but I think it's because of the way the defenses are now really structuring their strategy, and it's moving offenses to have to play that way. And look, the Chiefs did it perfectly. The Chiefs did it great. They used to be a stretch the field, high powered offense. We're gonna kill you deep to all of a sudden now it's just quick hitters down the field. So that's why I think the Chiefs are a great example of just how offenses have changed because of the way the defenses are. So look, let's do this. I apologize if I skipped any. I just kind of want to, if there's anybody putting some trade candidates out there. Rose Town, Gino about to be a star at Starbucks during the game by Taylor Swift. I'm worried. It's gonna be wild, man. I'm not gonna lie. If Gino throws some picks early, it's gonna be rough. Rick Cervantes, what's going on, man? Great talk. Keep it real. Offense still struggling. Gino, 6 games still struggling. Why doesn't Gino run or scramble? Miss Renfro, Tucker, just a deep ball guy. They need a veteran receiver. I don't know. I think Gino is just. I mean, shit. Based on Gino's slide, I don't know how much. I don't know if he can run, and that slide was dirty. That slide was nasty. Act like you've done it before. It's crazy. Well, y'all traded for Gino. I know. Trust me, it pisses me off that we wasted a 3rd round if we ultimately bench Gino, and if Kenny Pickett comes in, we wasted a 5th. That's prime draft capital to make it work. Unless you already know. Let's see. I'm just looking to see if anybody is throwing out some potential trade candidates. Where's the flag? Yeah, Gino bad for sure, without question. Chewy, Gino throws 3 picks, then Pickett goes in and throws 3 picks. Oh man, 3 picks. More his last name is doomed him. That's bro. Don't even try not to throw that out there, bro. That would be nasty work if all of a sudden Kenny Pickett goes in because I think as a starter he threw 15 touchdowns and 14 interceptions, bro. Because so I'm not expecting a whole lot. Not at all. I'm trying to kind of get down into yes. We got the great chat in history without question, especially in the war room, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you. Yep. Giveaway. We're gonna do in just a second. I'll give you my one trade candidate. I think people are getting into it. As long as you commented, you're automatically in it. We got 45 people entered in. As long as you put a comment in there, it puts you in there, and we're gonna draw here in just a second. Let's see. Rick, I think you're saying trade for Marcus Mariota. I ain't trading for nobody. I ain't giving up no more draft capital. Not the way this season's going. That's just me. Joe, you're saying Jacoby. I do think he'd be the first one to be on the trading block. Randy Parham might get traded. At this point, like, I don't even know. I don't even know if someone would give a 7th for him. You know what I'm saying? Raider Man 81. Jacoby makes most sense considering he's gone next year. Yeah. Roll Mike Tomlin. Jacoby, I'm with you. Where's the flag? Trade away Myers. Jacoby Myers. Trade for at least somewhat a respectable offensive lineman. Could be. Nami, yeah, shout out to Enun, 100%, man. Enun, man. Congratulations. I know I just talked about it, but congratulations, brother. Joe, I think you're saying trade Gino, but we know it ain't gonna happen. Yeah, no way that's gonna happen. Especially with his contract. Rosetown, you're saying Jacoby, Aiden O'Connell, Tyree, Parham, trading block. LS, bro, I'm trading everybody, Max, Jacoby, and anyone else worth a damn. If you're gonna go in a rebuild, you might as well do it right. I'm with you. Tular neighborhood Central Valley, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you rocking with me. Jeremiah, Jacoby, Kevin Lurker, Jacoby, get something before it's too late. Well, at this point, wouldn't be mad at it. Trade him straight up for Mac Jones. Jacoby for Mac Jones. Again, it's hard because I think Mac Jones is just a Band-Aid, right? And so, it still wouldn't deter you from drafting somebody next year. You know what I'm saying? And so if that was just a straight swap, I'd say shit. Take Jacoby, Mac Jones, and I would hate the fact that Gino is still on this roster at that point. You know what I'm saying? Randy, you're saying so if we keep Jacoby and still get a 4th a comp pick. So we do have a lot of comp picks. They might move around depending on, I think, playing time and stuff like that. But We are. We get some comp picks next year. That's why I hate that we gave away a third and a fifth, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, Sack Down, I bought you a beer as well, man. It was fun. And if I've given away a couple dozen boneless wings, I'd never do that to our chat. Myra, I would never do that to our chat. God damn it. Yeah, if I'm trolling my kids. Me telling my kids that the Raiders are playing is trolling them because they get candy if they score a touchdown and ice cream if we actually win. And bro, the dirty looks I get is wild. Okay. Another real Mike Tomlin. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Yeah, they were. God damn it. All right, Ellis, you were. I couldn't remember if it was you or Dixon. I couldn't remember, but you were the originator. God damn it. All right, let's do it. Hey, and of course he's in here. Hey, Dixon, I'm glad you got in here. We're gonna shut this thing down and do a giveaway again, guys. I promise you guys on Friday, we're going to do a giveaway. As long as you put a single comment in the chat, you automatically got entered into the giveaway. I'm going to share the screen. I'm doing it through the giveaway, the StreamYard giveaway tool. It's my first time doing it, so I hope it works out clean. All right, no promises. But basically, I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll try to. Let me see if I can. Bang. Okay. So you can see it says 50 entries. Hopefully you guys can see that. All I got to do is hit this draw button, and then it's going to show the winner. And I know, LS, you asked. And so basically the winner, let me take the comment down real quick so everybody can see it. Let me take that down. So basically the winner that I do, it's similar to what you guys saw at the giveaways at Bakersfield. I actually have them. It's going to be a Raiders Bluetooth speaker, and then it's a 4-pack of Raiders stainless steel coasters. All right. And so that's basically going to be the giveaway. So again, a Bluetooth Raiders speaker, an outdoor speaker, and then a set of stainless steel Raiders coasters. I got a bunch of sets of them. I love them. I'm actually using them right now. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a 4-set of Raiders coaster. It's got the cork on the back end, man. I love them. So that's going to be the giveaway on this one. So let me see. Let me just kind of scroll down to the very bottom. Oh, Jeff, you got in here just in time. We're rocking out. Again, as long as you put hey, man. Jeff, I appreciate the super chat. Hot dog water, yes. It ain't going to be hot dog water, God damn it. But as soon as the winner goes down, all you got to do is email me. I'll put my email up, and then you send me your address where I can ship it to, and I ship it over to you. So I'm going to hit the draw button. We got 50 people entered in. If you're the winner, congratulations to you. Let's hit it. Let's rock. And Jen Slinger, man, you got here just in time. Let's roll. All right, let's hit it. Chewy. All right, Chewy. Hey, you're the winner, man. Email me at realraider805@gmail.com. Email me. I'll put it up here in just a second. But guys, hey, again, just because you guys rocked with me, Chewy, congratulations. Let me put my email up. I know I have it up here. Hold up. Because y'all rocked with me, man. I'm gonna redraw one more time, and we're gonna do 2 winners on this one. I was only gonna do 1, but we're gonna do 2. So Chewy, you're the first winner. I'm gonna hit that redraw button. We're gonna do 1 more winner. So we'll have 2 winners. Let me just put. Hold up. Real Raider. Give me 1 second. realraider805@gmail.com. Bang. So I'm going to add this. That's the email. Sorry. I don't know why it's enlarged it. But the email is realraider805@gmail.com. Email me. Or I don't know if you got me on IG, Chewy. just send me the address. I can send the giveaway to, and I'll shoot it out to you, and then I'll let you know when it's on its way. But again, let's have a little bit of fun. We're gonna rock it out. Do one more. Ready? I'm gonna hit this draw again. Ginslinger, appreciate you rocking here. You're already in here. All you have to do is put a comment. You're automatically entered in. We're gonna hit it one more time. Let's go. Second winner. Let's have a little bit of fun, guys. As long as you put a comment in, you're the winner. Laxman, Biznatch. You're the winner, big dog. Again, let me put that banner up. Email me, realraider805@gmail.com. Let me know that you're still in here. At least it'll help me out. Chewy, I think I saw you in here. What I'm going to do is, yeah, man, okay, Chewy, you're in here. Laxman, Biznath. Let me know you're in here. Here's the thing. If email me at realraider805@gmail.com. The thing is, because I did too, if for some reason, Laxman, if you're not in here, and if I don't hear from you, I'm going to give you probably this week just to kind of rewatch this. If I don't hear from you, guys, because I want to do two, I'll probably announce one more and have a little bit of fun. We'll do it one more time on another live. So hit that notification bell so you do when I go live. I'll let you guys know if Laxman does get back to me. If you in here, again, if not, and if I don't hear from him, email me, realraider805@gmail.com. I'll give you a little bit to kind of get back in here. If you watch it towards the end, but if I don't hear from you, man, the next time I go live, we'll do it one more time and have a little bit of fun. But Chewy, man, email me. But I want to rock with two winners, man. Again, just to show my appreciation. So let me do this. Let me kind of go back up to the big screen. Guys, as promised, that's what I wanted to do, man. I appreciate everybody that kind of rocks out with me. Hit that notification. Hit that sub button. That was my 11th giveaway. When I hit 5,500 subscribers, I'll do my 12th giveaway since starting this channel. Again, it's just my way of showing my appreciation and giving back to you guys. So, God, yeah, I've been on here for almost 2 hours, man. Guys, make sure you guys hit that notification bell because we're going to go live in the Raider War Room tomorrow. We're going to break down the game film. I'm going to break down the second half of the film tonight, and I'm going to come prepared. Make sure that we showcase as much as we can because I'll tell you, the lack of communication on this offensive line, the tendencies on this offense, honestly, at the end of the day, some of these defensive players really need to start to step up, especially in that secondary, in order for us to even have a chance to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. So, yeah, congratulations to all the winners. Chewy, you said you emailed me. I appreciate you. Laxman, if you're still in here, email me, realraider805@gmail.com. If I don't hear from you in about a week or so, man, I'm going to make sure we rock through and we'll do one more winner because I wanted to do two, and I'm going to get out two. I'm going to get that second one out. So, guys, I see everybody getting out here. Double tap that screen if you can. It just hits that like button. I appreciate everybody. I hope you guys enjoy the giveaways. Chewy, I'm going to email you. I'm going to get your giveaway out to you, and I hope you enjoy it. So, guys, have a great rest of your night. Hit that notification. Tap in with us tomorrow. We break down game film, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm out of here.